family, welcome back to the channel. My name is Weakness, and in this video I'm going to be sharing some breastfeeding mistakes I made that almost ruined me. So in case you don't know me, I am a mom of two. I'm 3 months postpartum for my second baby, and I just want to share some breastfeeding mistakes that I have made that almost broke me down. I'm sharing this experience so you can have an experience as an aspiring mom or as a mom already who is breastfeeding and also making the same mistake but doesn't know that it is a mistake. So the first breastfeeding mistake I made was to give my son only the side of the breast I was comfortable with. So this left hand is always very comfortable to position your baby this way and breastfeed them. This was a very huge mistake for me because I will always feel like this side is always rushing more, and that was because he was always sucking this side more. You may not know you are making this mistake. You will only realize at the end of the day when this part of your breast is now bigger than the other side of your breast. Yes, it is a mistake he made. So that was the mistake I made. I would always put him to suck this way, and before I knew what was happening, this side was already drying out on me. Before I knew what was happening, this side was always having the highest milk. It was always having the largest pump, and it was swelling and swelling. I can't even explain it. So anytime, maybe when we take injections or maybe when we go for immunization and my baby is not feeling too strong to suck, all the breast milk will just come and stay on this part, and I will feel like dying. This part of it was not that easy for me. It was the hardest part of breastfeeding for me because this part of my breast became heavy, became strong. For my first baby, I was in pain all through. And my son was someone that doesn't suck often. He only sucks maybe like at night or when he wants to sleep. And then I will have one protruding breast that is as huge as this, and then this one is as flat as this. That was my biggest mistake. The biggest mistake I made was letting my son suckle on one part of the breast more than the other. But for this one, I have tried my best to normalize this part. So what I usually do now is, if he finish off sucking from this part, the next time he will suck again, he will start sucking from this part. If he finishes up sucking from this part, the next time he will start, and I turn him over to this side, the next time he will start sucking from here again, then go over to this side. Like, I just kept on doing it, and my breast now is equal, and the whole weight of the milk is no longer on one part of the breast, it's now on the both side of the breast, and it doesn't get that weightier before my son gets hungry again. So another breastfeeding mistake I made was to take lubricating the nipples of my breast for granted. This was a very serious mistake I made. So for my first baby, I had sore nipple, but it was not as serious as for my second baby. My first baby, my mom was always there to pressurize me to put Vaseline on it. Anytime my son finished sucking, she will pressurize me, put Ori, put Vaseline, put shea butter. She will just keep on giving me moisturizers to moisturize my nipple. But for my second baby, my mom did not come early, so I just took moisturizing my nipples for granted, and I was badly wounded. When my son brings his lip close to my breast, I would cry, I would shout, my heart will almost fall out, because if you are not lubricating that nipple, your baby keeps sucking, the wound will keep getting bigger. It keeps getting bigger. It kept on getting bigger, and my nipple was so sore that if my son just put his mouth on my breast, I would faint and resurrect, and faint again and resurrect. Then maybe when he continues sucking, it will subside, and then after a while again, when he stops sucking and after a while I forget to lubricate and he comes back to suck, I go back to the same pain. And the bad part of it was, we were in the dry season in Nigeria. We were in dry season, and that period, it is very fast for your breast, for your wound to just close up, and then his mouth will open it up again. So that was a very big breastfeeding mistake for me, and it was not fun. So another breastfeeding mistake that I made was that I did not make my research before I stopped my son from breastfeeding. So moms, in case you want to stop your baby from sucking, be sure to make your research, browse it, check out what you can do, check out things you should do, how you can do it, how the other moms survived before you jump into it. So this was a very big mistake I made. I did not do my research. I was just Well, I'll just stop breastfeeding. Guys, when I stop breastfeeding, the weight of the breast will come on me. I will go to the bathroom, use towel to press out the milk. 15 minutes later, the whole breast is filled up again. And at some point, I was wondering, when will this be over? I had to call my sister-in-law, and she was like, that just leave it alone, leave it alone, don't touch it, don't touch it, just leave it alone. Someone asked me to get ampiclox. So you don't want to be in the situation before you start finding the solution. That was a very big breastfeeding mistake I made. When I was trying to stop my son from breastfeeding, I already felt all the pains before I got the solution. So before you stop breastfeeding, make sure you get your own um facts about how you can go about it and do it easy, because you see this breastfeeding thing, it is as serious as pregnancy. I don't know why people don't talk about it, but breastfeeding is a serious business. It is so painful. If not well managed, it is so stressful. if you allow your if you allow one part of the breast to be taking the heavier part of the milk, your whole body will ache. Another breastfeeding mistake I made was not getting a breast pump. Yes, it was a mistake for me. I felt like breast pump was just for working moms. Maybe when you want to leave your baby, you just get a breast pump. But when your baby is really little, sometimes their mouth is not strong enough to feed as much as your breast is producing. So not getting a breast pump made it very difficult for me the first 4 days of um delivery. My breast milk all came at once, and it was weighing me down. If I had breast pump, I would have just extracted, kept it, extracted, kept it, and I would feel relieved. But at that point, I was in pains. I would cry. I would beg my son. I would bring him up from sleep, try for him to suckle. He would just like go and sleep. So I felt like not educating myself or not getting a breast pump was a very big mistake I made, and it's almost that was when I knew that breastfeeding is the hardest part of postpartum. That was a very big mistake for me, not getting a breast pump that will help me reduce stress when the baby is not ready to suck, that will help me reduce the milk when the baby is not ready to suck. That is a breastfeeding mistake. So in case you are thinking breast pump is just for working moms, it is for every mom. It is for every mom to help you relieve that excess milk that comes within the first 4 days of your delivery. It helps you, it saves you that pain, saves you from that pain of having to carry that weight of excess milk on your chest. This is like the breastfeeding mistake I made that kept me in pain for long. So if you have any questions, please leave it down in the comment section below. If you have experienced something of such, leave it down in the comment section below. If you have any contribution, don't forget to also leave it in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to smash the like button, and don't forget to share this video to someone who may need it. All right guys, see you in my next one. Bye.